Okay guys, major breaking news. Charlie Kirk has just been shot in the neck and we currently do not know whether he is alive or dead. Here's what we do know though. He was hosting a Q&A at Utah Valley University, apparently on transgender shooters, when a shot rings out and the video shows him being hit right in the front of the neck. He slumps back in his seat and the crowd just scatters. Blood is pouring everywhere, and honestly, if he survives this, it will truly be a miracle. Now, there are conflicting reports whether an attacker has been arrested. Some sources are saying that they do have a suspect in custody, but it is absolute chaos online right now, and so we just want to make sure everything is correct. There was also apparently 6,000 signatures, a petition that was started at this university calling for Charlie Kirk to not be allowed to speak there today. Even Donald Trump, he's just put out a statement saying we must all pray for Charlie Kirk, a great guy from top to bottom. God bless him. Honestly, this is going to have some serious effects coming up, and as soon as we know his condition or anything else, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, breaking news. Charlie Kirk is currently still alive and apparently is stabilizing but in critical condition, and that's according to multiple sources citing Turning Point USA, which is the organization founded by Kirk in 2012. US Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins, she posted saying, everyone please keep praying, hearing that he is in critical condition but still with us. Also, according to Utah Valley University, the shot that hit Kirk in the neck was fired from a building 200 yards away with a rifle. And also, Scott Trotter, a university spokesperson, said that the police determined that the person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter. So there is no shooter in custody currently. We're also hearing that Charlie Kirk's wife and 2 young children were at the campus when he was shot. Now, we don't know if they were directly in the crowd or somewhere nearby, but that's according to Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. His wife posted on Twitter 2 hours before the shooting, simply with a Bible verse saying, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." Police have also shut down the entire university campus. They said all of the 40,000 students, classes are cancelled, leave campus immediately. And this is now America's 46th shooting at a school this year alone. Charlie Kirk was literally answering a question about gun violence when he was shot moments before. And also in 2023, he said it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every year so that we can have the Second Amendment. As we know more, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, guys, it is official. Charlie Kirk is dead. Donald Trump just confirmed on Truth Social moments ago, saying the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States better than Charlie. He was 31 years old and leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Buckle up. Things are about to get crazy.
First of all, if you can't trust Dylan, I don't know who you can trust. Thank you, Dylan, for that coverage. Now for my unscripted opinion, my undivided opinion on what is going on here. First of all, from what I've seen from this Charlie Kirk guy, man, sounds like he kind of pissed off the wrong people. But let's talk about that. Let's actually talk about that. What do we mean by he pissed off the wrong people? I personally think that the moment you start killing your political opponents, democracy goes out the window. If you can't beat him with like straight up facts and facts and logic, then I don't know what to tell you. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. You're kind of cooked. Like, you're absolutely cooked. Because in what world do you just kill someone who you disagree with and get away with it? Because basically what's going to happen is, like in the United States, there's red versus blue. I think the red are the Republicans and the blue are the Democrats. So the Democrats are all over the internet, hipping and hollering, cheering for Charlie Kirk's murder. And okay, cool. Like, individuals, they didn't like him that much. And I can see why. I can understand why. I can sympathize why. But what this means is when you have your own speaker up there in front, like let's say Kamala Harris or someone who'll be making like actual legitimate like good changes, some crazy right wing nut job will take them out and be like, oh well, you guys took off Charlie Kirk from the table, so now we're gonna take yours, and it's gonna turn into an eye for an eye, and then it's literally just going to become like political gang warfare. Like, cause what is this? People are doing drive-bys on political speakers now. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, of course, it's wrong, right? I am. Bear in mind, I am interacting with this news as like respectfully as I possibly can, and all I can do right now is basically say that, hey, guys, this is setting up a precedent that I don't think you guys will be able to uphold. Because if we start doing like gang violence, basically imitating gang violence, where we're just shooting people we don't agree with, that's not going to be a good look for the long run. Because now what that means is people will just start shooting people they disagree with. And then next you're going to have a civil war. And the moment you have a civil war, all democracy and everything like that goes out the window. And school shootings have been have been getting out of control over there. Out of control. You guys need to do something. I don't know. Like, and again, I will say, for Trump, like the craziest thing is he's sending out the National Guard to all of these problem states and whatnot. And I'm like, how about we also send the National Guard to guard the nation? Like, it's in their name, National Guard, guarding the nation. Get them into the schools. You know what I mean? Protect people. Because I can clearly see, like, let's also be honest. I don't think the United States is going to do away with their gun laws. I don't think that's going to happen. I really doubt that. People can push back as much as they want. And although Charlie Kirk was a literal martyr to his own, like, ideology and preaching about guns and stuff like that, like, he was consumed by his own movement. It's poetic in its own way, but, like, at the end of the day, it's not going to change. Even when it's taken Charlie Kirk himself, like, people are still gonna get guns. People are still going to want those guns. So that's where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This one is a bit wild. This one is a bit wild. Well, not really. Not really. I mean, they did try to shoot at their own president, even though there are like layers of conspiracy on top of that unto itself. I still think that it was a wild precedent to send, a wild thing. And let's okay, right. Another thing that I found like interesting is how they tried to shoot Trump earlier, right? And then Charlie Kirk, with much more inflammatory views, like he has like more outrightly inflammatory views than Trump, thinks he can go. And bear in mind, Charlie Kirk did not have Secret Service. He did not have the FBI only looking for who shot him. They were not looking for who might shoot him. So he had zero defense, zero, like, he had no protection. He just went there to that college meeting wet, wild, and slippery. And he just raw dogged it. And then he was hoping to walk away okay. Like, come on, player. Come on. You can't be that much of a public enemy and, not protect yourself. Because another thing is, it's literally in the art of war. Know your enemy. Okay, the right wingers will cite Antifa and they'll cite all of these other violent extremist groups on the left that shoot people, and so on and so forth, that have legitimate firearms and everything like that, like Antifa. I don't want to lie to you. When I look at pictures of Antifa members, them in their regalia and everything, they just remind me of the bad guys I shoot at in the Division 2. It's a good video game, by the way. But yeah, like, they just look like Division 2 gangsters. Like, bro, they dress like an enemy in a video game. Like, let's be fucking for real. Let's treat them with the level of danger that they deserve, right? And he openly, like, he's placed himself diagonally opposite those people and thinks that, he's just gonna be fine. Like, okay, right? I grew up in a predominantly Christian zone, right? But there's one thing I've always learned. And I know this to be true. People can come after me in the comments, they can get upset about it, but this is just an objective fact. Placing a thoughts and prayers sticker on your bumper will not prevent the accident from happening. It will not prevent you wrapping your car around a tree and dying on the scene. It doesn't stop that. You taking like calculated and well informed decisions, like not drinking and driving below the speed limit and adhering to the laws of the road, will keep you marginally safer than the bumper sticker from like your favorite pastor. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Do you have any idea how many guys were literally scraped off the floor in any type of military conflict, and there was like a rosary around the chunks of what used to be a human body? That it does not stop you. Thoughts and prayers will not stop the bullet careening towards your skull, or towards, in this case, your neck. It will not stop any of those things. So you need to actually don't like this is one thing I don't like about right-winged people, is that they will point fingers at the left and then go on to do things that the left does as well. Like, that's crazy for me. That's crazy. If you have like there's going to be people who will cheer when their political opposition faces a downturn, and I think that's terrible. I honestly think it's bad that people are cheering, because what this means is his camp, there's going to be a crazy guy who will be doing his own suicide pact, where he'll go to a place and shoot up a bunch of people. Like, violence is not the answer. Like the school shooter who, I think a couple before this recent one that happened in Colorado, at the same time at which Charlie Kirk was being shot. One of the viewers brought that to my attention. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Amazing work. Amazing work. But anyway, before that shooting, there's another shooting that was orchestrated by a transgender individual. I think they identify as she, her. They transition from man to woman. I think their pronouns were she, her. They went and shot up a school with 8-year-olds and stuff, right? So now what that means is, whenever there's going to be a pride parade or a pride event anywhere where there's like a great oppositional divide, someone from the right will come and shoot that out. You know what I mean? Like, we're starting to slowly lose respect for each other as factions. Me personally, I dislike the idea of having factions. I don't think they should be factionalization amongst human beings. You got 2 legs, you got 2 arms, you got 1 head, you don't have a tail, and you are a featherless biped. You are human. Therefore, we are on the same side. That's how I would much rather have the world running. It's like, no, you come from your own walk of life, but on the basis of the fact that we are from the same species, we should be friends. Like, we should find the most logical way of reaching common ground. And shooting your political opposition is not the way. Like, that will not bring you any closer to world peace. That will not bring you, like, I hate to break it to the leftists, but killing fascists won't stop the fascists. Because we literally, in the 40s, we got Hitler to put a bullet in his head. He died. But that didn't stop neo-Nazis from being a thing in this day and age. So, what makes you think you're going to exterminate them? Like, you can't exterminate a group of people. That's not going to happen. Like, sure, wherever they are, people will say the Israelis are trying, but they'll never succeed, because as much as you think the world is ignoring, there's only so much you can put. There's only so far you can push the envelope before people are like, all right, listen here, buddy. You get what I mean? So that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Kirk. Hopefully your death did not start the beginning of the end. I doubt it did, because just like here in South Africa, people are going to forget that you even died, and the lives will continue. But your name will be used to justify terror attacks on on other groups of people. It's an unfortunate byproduct of conflict. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if something else happens and my boss, Mr. Dylan Page, covers it more. I'll do the same.